Last episode on Mighty Car Mods, you might have seen that a certain ECU got fried in a certain Volkswagen Up that has been fighting pretty hard against this GTI conversion that we have been doing. Now, we're all a bit devo, particularly my good friend who is away for a couple of days. And so I have called in Miles, the Vag Commander, and we're gonna try and fix this as a surprise and see if we can get it working. Miles is back, everybody, the commander of you know what. Anyway, he has gone another few layers deep with the Volkswagen stuff. So you can plug in your little OBD adapter and read your gauges and be like, whoa, then the next level is what we've been doing already, which is the Vag Commander stuff of like reprogramming and body control modules. Apparently there's another layer. What's the other layer?
The other layer is using factory tools like Otis and some offline tools as well. They call them offline tools, which are like aftermarket programming tools.
Sounds expensive.
It is, very.
How much does one of those set you back?
I think I saw a price of like the whole Volkswagen Otis setup was, I think it was £9,000.
We've borrowed one.
Yeah.
And so what's the plan, Miles?
The plan is, that's the dead ECU, which we
Confirmed dead.
Confirmed dead, definitely on the bench, doesn't work at all, like it's cooked. Nothing physically blown, but it's dead.
Okay.
But in Australia, we have the Polo, and the Polo runs a very, very similar ECU, which is, so the part number is the same, except the software code, instead of this being BA, says BB.
Oh, wow, okay.
Yeah, so have a friend of mine that flashed this with Up software, so this was originally a Polo ECU, so has deleted the Polo software, put Up software back onto it, so technically we should plug this in, we can use his laptop, code the ECU to the body control module so the immobiliser all still works, and then hopefully we turn the key and the car's not dead.
Wow. That's really cool. Considering how many different part numbers there's been for everything so far, I'm shocked that that is that simple. I mean, we don't know it's going to work yet, but... Yeah,
it's really weird, because this is sort of like, when I've done my swaps, I've had a whole car sitting there, so I just pick it up and move it. This one's weird because there's a lot of overlap, and there's also parts that are completely like...
All right.
Yeah.
So plug it in, play some laptop keyboard cat, and hope for the best.
That's it.
Once upon a time, there was a big meeting somewhere in Germany between Volkswagen and Bosch, who make all sorts of OEM car parts, including ECUs. Many are based on the same electronics, which is what will hopefully save our butts today.
The mobiliser active and the fuel pump's priming, so we don't have big blower fans anymore, meaning that the ECU is communicating with the rest of the car.
We go through the process of resetting every system to factory specification. Then we can recode the security and body control module systems so they'll talk to our new Polo ECU, which is now masquerading as an Up GTI computer. It's all a little more complicated than turning a screw on a carburetor, but on the other hand, it's pretty consistent at varying altitudes. The Up is alive once more. Now we can recalibrate our steering sensor by turning the wheels back and forth, and also the ABS by driving the car back and forth under its own power.
So we're back to where we were before?
Yeah.
Essentially?
Yeah. We're actually further because now we don't have steering wheel faults.
Oh, you fixed the steering wheel faults? But we have one airbag thing that's either not plugged in or happy, and a brake booster thing that's not plugged in or not happy. All right, we'll fix that, and then my good friend may actually be able to drive this, which I know he's so pumped for.
The next step is to chuck the Up onto a truck and send it over to Miles' workshop. He's going to design and make an ECU mounting bracket that fits the GTI ECU and wiring securely to our non-GTI car. This involves some clever 3D scanning, modelling, cutting and folding. Sure, you could probably knock something up out of scrap metal, but as if you wouldn't do it this way if you had the tools at your disposal. Welcome to the future. We've also identified a knocking sound, which is the selector hitting on the battery tray mount. Nothing a grinder can't sort out.
I have come down to Flux 3D, where the Volkswagen Up has been with my good friend Miles, who's been developing some stuff.
Yes.
Tell me everything.
Making ECU brackets and things to not make ECUs explode.
Yep.
Fixing reverse clunky noises, and yeah, just general wiring tidy-ups and making brackets to make stuff fit.
How did you make this? Because that looks so cool, man. Like, that's proper. Like that's proper. How'd you do it? What's the process? Your ECU bracket.
So normally we'd 3D scan something like this just to get sizes and space, but there's actually heaps of room back here. So we just measured the distance of the Australian delivered up battery tray because the European one didn't fit this chassis. Just made an aluminium bracket on our plasma cutter and then made a plastic bracket so it's isolated away from everything as per the factory one normally is, but doesn't fit. And yeah, just sort of bolted that all together, bolted to the battery tray, and there you go.
It just, like if I had to make a battery tray, I'd get a bit of metal and bend it, and it would look shit, let's be honest. That looks like something that Volkswagen made, and I just love it that you can do that these days. Like and you just did, oh yeah, whatever in an Arvo. Like it's so cool. So the other issue we had was we noticed when we were reversing it in and out of the shed that it made this really ugly clunking noise, and we're like, it sounded like a broken gearbox, but it wasn't.
Yeah. So there's a counterweight on the shifter linkages. Yeah, this big aluminium chunk, and that was hitting the battery tray, the mounts for the battery tray.
Right.
So it needed 1 centimetre taken off it, and it's good and cold.
Days. So again, we're still messing with old chassis.
VW
stuff.
We could have. There's possibly a chance we could have taken one of the counterweights off a different gearbox and put it on and made it work, but hitting it with a grinder for 1 minute fixed the problem.
So we're kind of at that like fine detail stage, and we should be able to drive it really soon. We're also probably going to delete the sound actor thing, mostly because we've got that nice exhaust on it now. So it's just not necessary. The exhaust sounds really good. You don't kind of need the fake engine sound, and you can just flash that off, correct?
Yeah, I think you just turn it off with VCDS, yeah.
Amazing. So we're going to get rid of that. We're going to sort of put all this back together and make sure nothing else is clashing, make sure it's like going to bleed up coolant and do that sort of stuff. And then a certain person will be very excited to drive this in the next couple of days. So I have a feeling that he will be driving it back home, but we're just going to fix it, finish it, spend a couple of hours on it. Let's go.
The sound actor is coming off because our mad exhaust should make it sound less fake and more like... I mean, that is the reason people buy Volkswagens after all, so let's go all in. Miles' ECU bracket is looking excellent, and with it all bolted in, we can refit the engine bay plastics, the cowling and the windscreen wipers. Our next job is to make sure all of the lights, blinkers and safety systems are functioning properly. So we're going to get back on the laptop one final time.
All right, so Miles has cleared the codes and it should just start. To press clutch. It sounds so cute. And first drive. Just kidding, I wouldn't do that. No, first drive has to be completed by the owner. I'm locked in. How do I get out of this shit? Let me out. Has to be completed by the owner, so he will get the first drive very soon. All right. Got the up, towed back to Super Garage. There's one bracket I want to check out before we start driving this thing around, and it's where the new dump pipe comes off the back of the turbo and joins the rest of the exhaust. It is supported by these hangers here, but it's not connected to the block. And in my experience, if you don't connect that dump pipe to the block and it doesn't, so it can move together, you'll crack something because it's very thin stainless steel, gets hot, gets brittle, and cracks. So there's a bracket that came with the exhaust, but for some reason doesn't quite fit properly. So I'm going to either try and make that one work or just make a very simple bracket that ties it all together.
After a bit of a dig around the leftovers box, I found the bracket which braces the dump to the block. It uses M8 by 1.25mm bolts, but they have a 13mm head because they're from Volkswagen. But with a bit of fiddling around, I'm able to make it fit to prevent rattles and breakages.
All right, let's call him and tell him that it's done.
Hello, mate.
G'day, mate. Are you back yet?
I'm on my way back.
Oh.
15 minutes away.
Amazing. Your up is ready for a drive, dude. Let's do it. I'm keen. I've been holding off driving it until you're here so you can experience.
What do you mean it's ready?
That's like the exhaust is done and Miles fixed the ECU. We fixed it.
He fixed it?
Yeah, dude. We reflashed the Polo one. Yeah, it's mad. Come drive it. Come drive it. Come drive it. Hurry up.
I'm coming.
Fixed it.
Bullshit.
It works. No, it works. Got some
How? What?
some ECU magic. Like, firstly, check out the bracket. Look how legit and cool that looks.
Oh, that's
All mounted in
amazing.
there with like a plastic insulator and then a custom-made bracket that Miles did.
But what ECU is that?
That's a Polo ECU. Because you know we can't get up GTI ones,
Yeah.
and cannot get.
Yeah.
But what was cool was after the last episode went up, like our inbox just filled up with people going, oh, I can get you an ECU from wherever.
Yeah.
But actually, it would have taken too long, so we got a Polo GTI ECU, which is based on the same architecture, and essentially reflashed it so now it thinks it's an up GTI.
How did you get the info off the up?
We just needed VINs, and then you can basically hack it. So Miles and his clever friends helped hack that remotely, so we could turn it and then load a stock up GTI map onto that ECU.
Oh, so the old ECU, which was toast.
Yeah.
Because I saw some comments in the last video, people saying, just check this solder check, but it was actually toast.
Exactly. And so it's just like getting, an Elite, Haltech Elite 1500 and another 1500 and just telling it to run it up instead of running a Polo. So
you can't run Haltechs on these, by the way. I saw so many comments of people going, you should do a Haltech. You can't. Oh, you got to leave that on there, dude, the thing that says up GTI.
Because direct injection, it just doesn't run this engine. But we now have a Polo ECU running it. Everything works. The dump bracket is on as well, which was sort of rattling around, so we had to do it.
Thanks, Martin.
You're welcome, man.
And thank you, Vag Commander. And thank you, everybody that wrote in with information.
Yeah, so many people offered to help. It was really good. Like, people all over the world were like, hey, man, I found one local. I'm in Hungary and I found one. I'm going to get it to you.
So cool.
Which was really... So thank you if you're one of those people. Really appreciate it. So it starts and idles and runs and should be completely drivable, and I think just about everything works now.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Should we drive?
Can you believe driving it after all this?
Ready? Are you ready? First drive.
What a fight.
You know what? A lot of people were saying, like, why did you waste your time with this? I don't think a fight is a waste of time.
No.
I think it's a journey that sometimes takes unexpected twists and turns.
Yeah.
Unexpected, but still exciting.
It's great.
And
let's drive it.
Amazing.
Let's go. Put the marks off. Oh, that you might have to climb through the window.
Really?
Yeah, that door for some random reason just completely stopped working, like the module's broken. We took it apart and the module inside's cactus, but guess what? You can't get them, so we have to get one. So that's a week or two away.
Okay.
So you have to climb in through the window.
All right, good.
I don't though.
So we're going to hit the street.
Let's go. Drive
We're going to hit the street for the first time. Dude, this is so exciting. Oh, this is amazing. Probably should have thought about that a bit.
Oh, it doesn't have an aircon request button, and your steering wheel, Miles has got a steering wheel solution to make the steering wheel buttons work.
Oh yeah, because that's the problem, isn't it?
Control.
That you need to have the buttons on there. Dude, I'm in a GTI seat.
You are.
And
it's actually going to go. It's so cool, man. All tightened up.
All right.
Should just start, hopefully.
I'll try.
It'll... Oh, it's got little crackles, man. It's proper legit Volkswagen.
All right, let's hit it.
Oh, I can hear the turbo already.
All right, Martin.
Up GTI.
I do believe it may be the first up GTI converted up in the world. Not that it's about that, but it also makes sense, because why would anyone else bother?
It's definitely the first one in Australia. In Europe somewhere, someone's done like a Cupra or a Seat. Oh, dude, it rips.
Oh, it's quick.
It is. It's very instant boost, isn't it? Oh, yeah, dude.
Oh, it feels so good.
That is significantly faster than stock, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. I mean, we've got to get on the dyno, but that is...
Yeah.
That is quick.
Oh, dude, butt dyno is just like up and to the right.
Yes. And I love all the little extra things on the dash. Seats are awesome.
And it sounds just a little bit angry without being like obnoxious, which is very Volkswagen, isn't it?
Yeah, it feels great.
This could be the best Volkswagen ever made.
It could be.
I think it is.
I reckon we've pretty much made a stock up GTI, right?
Yeah.
And it's taken many months, and it's costed tens
of thousands.
I
think in an episode recently you said it was like 40. It's not actually that much. But we shouldn't work it out. I don't think we should actually work it out. Okay.
It's not actually $45,000, everyone.
It's so responsive. The turbo is 25 millimeters. So that's
the size of a $1 coin, remember?
Instant sport.
So it's just
Watch this. Yep, she's on. Oh, and it's geared for it too. Just loves it.
It's going to be great on the track.
Oh yeah, so responsive.
And so we got a dyno upcoming.
Yep.
There's a bunch of stuff we got to finish down here, like in the center console, different steering wheel.
Yep.
There is more stuff to come, but for now, I just got to do some research, work out a few more parts, and it drives. I want to say a massive thank you to everybody that wrote in with advice and different information about the car. First of all, thank you very much. Massive thank you to everybody that helped out with the project. There's been many people from Back in the day, we had Sam from EK Automotive. Obviously, we got the Badge Commander. We've got even the Subaru boys. You know,
Aaron.
Everybody has kind of had something to do with this car. Like when people have come to visit and they've gone, hey, I'll help you with this or help you with that. So just want to say a massive thank you to everybody.
Those little bits of help, from your mates, whatever, is very motivational. You know, sometimes people just go, I'll come over, and even if they just stand around, and it's amazing how helpful that is when you've actually got some extra people in the room as well to kind of go point at stuff or tell you you're doing it wrong or right.
Yeah.
It's very, very helpful.
Because sometimes when you're building a car, or maybe if you're just going through like a bit of a struggle in your life, you don't necessarily have to have people to help you. You just want to feel like there's people who get it. You know what I mean?
And progress, and the feeling of now driving it after it fighting so hard, it is sweet.
It's
to
so
go, oh,
good.
we're in it and it works, and all those times we're like, it's not going to, nothing's going to fit, it's not going right. Well, now it is. And now's the fun bit, because now you get to wreck it.
Yes, that's right. Now we get to do all of those extra little bits of mods and things and just finish it off. I mean, sometimes cars get to 80% and then people go, that's it, that's the end. This is 95%. It's working, it's driving.
Yeah.
So, look, I'm really, really excited. I know I make lots of jokes about Ups being like the best car ever, but I think a turbo Up, if you can get one for cheap, is a pretty awesome car that can do all sorts of different things.
Yeah.
What I will say for anybody that is kind of playing along at home, make sure you ring your insurer and make sure your car is legal for what it is. So we've actually spoken to a workshop and said, it's turbo now, it's 1 litre, had the papers changed, and then with Shannon's Insurance, who is a sponsor of Mighty Car Mods, they cover all legal modifications as well.
Yeah.
Plus, I would argue this car is also worth a lot more as well. So you can ring and adjust your premium with Shannon's. They've got a agreed price. So definitely do that.
That's the thing. If something goes wrong, you got to do it again. So, you know, it gets flogged or whatever happens, you have the money there to do it again. It's meant to just fix it, right? Like that's the whole point.
And it definitely won't cost us that much if we have to do it again.
And this was also on laid up cover as well, before we now put it back onto full cover. So yeah, it's winning, man. So
people
good.
were also saying, why didn't we just buy an Up GTI?
Can't.
You can't. You're not allowed to get one into Australia. They don't meet our rules, not allowed to do it. But anyway, there it is. I got to order a few bits. The car will be coming back and we will do a big final reveal and mods and all that stuff. But for now, there's a new car that Martin has just purchased, which I believe was purchased to try and compete with this car.
Not try and it will just smash this.
And so that is coming soon. Thank you very much, everyone. If you want to support the show, go to mightycarmods.com. You can grab some merch. It really does help us. Martin, thank you very much. You're a legend, dude. Thank you so much.
This is sick.
And see you next time.
Keep going. Let's get food.
On Mighty Car Mods.